Thank you, Bill. Tonight's report brought to you by New Sash Replacement Windows. Now there's no excuse for putting up with old window problems. Well, we do hope that we may get a glimpse of the sun on Sunday. There'll be little change in the weather tomorrow from the flurries of today. We had an inch of snow yesterday, and so it goes in springtime. Temperatures now in the 20s and 30s. It's 27 in both Messina and Syracuse, some snow there. 28 in Burlington, Vermont. Snowing at 23 degrees in both Buffalo and Binghamton. 37 cloudy in the big town. Moving into the forecast area, 27 in both Utica and Pittsfield. Utica reports a little bit of snow. Flurries in Glens Falls at 29. There's light snow in Bennington at 31 degrees, cloudy and 38 in the Kingston-Poughkeepsie area. The Capital District high today was 34. The record 68 was set in 1903. Today's low, 29. The record, 0. And in that cold spell in 1875. Well, let's see what the weather instruments have to tell us right now. Winds blowing at 13 miles per hour from the north-northwest. Barometric pressure rising from 29 and 77/100 inches. The relative humidity stands at 72%. The temperature now 30 degrees, and it's snowing lightly, or was when we last looked. We'll check in on the national weather situation, and there's plenty of precipitation there. Then the forecast for the Channel 6 viewing area. But first this from New Sash Replacement Windows.
Friends, in addition to being an unpleasant household chore, painting and puttying old, stuck, warped, dirty windows can be downright dangerous. Save yourself time and trouble by eliminating your window problems once and for all with New Sash, the original inside replacement window. Constructed of heavy-gauge aluminum with a baked-on acrylic vinyl finish that never needs painting or puttying, New Sash windows always look just like freshly painted wood. Built to fit the existing window openings of your home, New Sash windows are installed in minutes with no unsightly or expensive construction. The best New Sash feature is that both top and bottom sashes tilt in, you see, for easy cleaning from inside your home. No more dangerous climbing or shaking ladders, even for second-story windows. But find out more. Get your free copy of the beautiful New Sash color brochure today.
For your free New Sash brochure, write New Sash, WRGB Schenectady. That's New Sash, WRGB Schenectady.
Today, unseasonably cold weather for most of the country, if that's any comfort to you. Systems are very slow-moving, so conditions will be slow to change. To the far west, rain along the coast and snow inland from a system there, with snow across the northern plains, and that band of precipitation changes to a mixture of snow and rain as we go southward, and then fog from western Kansas in a large area through to eastern Texas this evening, and it all becomes a band of showers and thunder showers into the lower Mississippi Valley. Light snow continues to fall from the Ohio Valley, scattered across New York State and into northern New England, as our storm is now slowly moving eastward from Maine. But there's cold and unstable air circulating into our area between the low and the high that will be moving in from the upper Midwest. So, for the rest of tonight, flurries will continue in an 80% probability, and it'll be cold with the overnight lows in the 20s. For tomorrow, those flurries should be coming to an end, but there's a 40% probability. Tomorrow's high is expected to range from the mid-20s to low 30s, a chilly day. Tomorrow night, partly cloudy, precipitation probability dropping to 20%, and the lows tomorrow night between 15 and 25. And then with any kind of luck, we may see a bit of sunshine on Sunday. The forecast for Sunday it indicates partly sunny skies with the highs in the 30s. Winds northwesterly 8 to 18 miles per hour tonight and tomorrow. And that's tonight's weather, brought to you by New Sash Replacement Windows. Be sure to send for your free brochure today.
Louise?
You'll make me cry. There's just a chance of sunshine for tomorrow. We'll have details in 60 seconds.
Come on, honey. I just made some ham sandwiches.
I hope you didn't sneak any of that brown mustard you like on it.
Oh, when I do that to you?
Hey, this is good. Different kind of ham?
No.
Well, sure tastes better.
Maybe that's because I put Goulden's spicy brown mustard on it.
You wouldn't. I like my yellow mustard.
But you never tried Goulden's.
I hate to admit it, but it is.
Heartier?
Yeah, but it's not hot.
See?
I thought mustard had to be yellow to taste good. You're a sneak.
Goulden's, heartier than yellow, but not hotter. There are thousands of reasons to drive to Macy's New Furniture Clearance Center on Central Avenue. $300,000 worth of Macy's merchandise, 20 to 50% less than original prices. Famous name broadloom, recliners, lamps, living room, dining room pieces, sofa beds and mattresses at 20 to 50% savings. Now at Macy's New Furniture Clearance Center, 5 miles west of Colony Center on Central Avenue. You'll be amazed at what you might carry home.
Tonight's weather report is brought to you by the Tri-Cities Buick Opel dealers who do more than just sell you a new car. They give you something to believe in. Well, some light snow and flurries continue tonight as weather systems move very little and temperatures continue unseasonably cold. To the north in Messina, 26, and in Burlington, Vermont, flurries reported. Snow reported from Buffalo at 21 degrees, and Syracuse at 25, and Binghamton at 20, cloudy and 32 in New York City. Moving to the forecast area, the only station reporting snow at this hour is Utica at 24 degrees. It's 30 in Glens Falls, 27 in Bennington, 25 in Pittsfield, 32 in the Kingston-Poughkeepsie area, all still cloudy. Today's high in the Capital District was 34, the record 68 set in 1903. Today's low, 28 at the present temperature, the record 0 at 8 in 1875. Our weather instrument shows that the winds now are blowing 6-7 miles per hour. The direction is east-northeast. The barometric pressure now steady at 29 and 84 inches. The relative humidity 69%. Present temperature 28 degrees under cloudy skies. And we'll be back in just 1 minute for a look at the national weather situation and then the forecast for the Channel 6 viewing area. But first, this from your Tri-Cities Buick Opel dealers.
Hi, here's a new gimmick. A couple of car manufacturers have published toll-free phone numbers in Detroit, which you can call if you're really blowing your stack over your new car. Well, I have a better suggestion for you. Buy from your Tri-Cities Buick Opel dealer, and if you have a problem, you don't have to call Detroit. You can call the boss right here in the Capital District. If you buy your Buick Opel or used car from Elliott Buick in Schenectady, you can call Bill Elliott and get things straightened out. If you buy from Dunning Buick Opel, you can pick up the phone and get Ed Dunning himself practically any time. If you buy from Capital Buick Opel in Albany, Dick Burke runs the show. And if things aren't right with your Buick or used car, he wants to know about it. Elliott Buick Opel in Schenectady, Dunning Buick Opel in Latham, Capital Buick Opel in Albany. They do more than sell you a new car. They give you something to believe in.
In the far northwest, some rain and snow. A warm day in the southwest today with highs in the 80s, and not bad day in Florida either. But through all of the central part of the country, polar air bringing more winter weather, more like winter, with a band of snow along the western edge of that polar air into Iowa from the Dakotas, and then thunderstorms through parts of the southern plains and into the lower Mississippi Valley, with a severe thunderstorm watch for tonight for parts of eastern Texas. And then on the eastern edge of that colder air, light snow and flurries continue from the Virginia highlands northward all the way into Maine, so we're not alone, as the low that continues to hang off the Maine coast spins cold and unstable air over the northeast. Weather systems, as we said, are practically at a standstill, so improvement in the weather will be very slow, and it will remain cold through the weekend. For the rest of tonight, occasional flurries will continue through the night with the overnight lows in the 20s. And then for tomorrow, mostly cloudy, though there should be some partial clearing in the Hudson Valley by tomorrow afternoon, so we might see the sun. 40% chance of continued flurries with tomorrow's highs from the mid-20s to low 30s tomorrow night. Partly cloudy, 20% chance of flurries lingering, continued cold. Overnight lows tomorrow night, mid-teens to mid-20s. Winds north to northwesterly, 8 to 18 miles per hour, both tonight and tomorrow. And for Sunday, partly sunny with the upper 20s, with the highs in the upper 20s and mid-30s. The extended outlook that takes us Monday through Wednesday, fair with a gradual warming trend. The highs running in the 20s and 30s and gradually rising to the 40s by Wednesday. Tonight's weather report was brought to you by your Tri-Cities Buick Opel dealers who do more than just sell you a new car. They give you something to believe in. And so, my friends, keep a smile on your face and love in your heart till we meet again.
Thank you, Louise.
assortment for the most natural, unmade-up look possible. Discover Corn Silk Micron Pressed Powder. It adds no color, is super absorbent, effective longer. Wally? Thank you, Johnny Olson. Boy, what a bright, alert panel we have today.
All right.
I'm going to give you one more chance. Let's meet our next challenger. Would you enter and sign in, please? Louise Woodruff. Mrs. Woodruff, where might you be from?
Schenectady, New York.
Very good. Oh, you have some friends here, too. Panel, may I tell you that Mrs. Woodruff deals in a service, and now let's show the audience just what her line is. And may I remind you, please, panel, that Mrs. Woodruff is salaried. It's a service you're after, and we'll begin with Gene Rayburn.
Mrs. Woodruff, is there a profit involved in performing this service?
Yes.
Do you perform it equally for both men and women?
Yes.
Would anyone on this panel be likely to avail himself of this service?
Yes.
Do you think I've availed myself of this service lately?
Yes, I think so.
How can you tell? Is it contributory to one's well-being in any way?
Physical well-being?
Yes.
I think on that we really ought to give him a no, don't you?
All right.
Okay, one down. Let's go to
He
Gail
talked you
Sheldon.
into that. He talked you into that.
Well, it's a very moot question.
Gail
Mrs.
Sheldon.
Woodruff, would I come to you for this service?
Gail, may I say that I don't think that would really apply in this particular occupation.
It would not apply.
It would not apply. Her coming to you or you coming to
All
her.
right,
would
we
not.
don't have to have any contact with each other then, unfortunately. In performing this service, is there anything instructive about what you do?
Yes.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Sometimes. Do you give any type
I
of
hope all the
advice?
Type of advice? In a way.
I guess in a way.
Would I look better after I'd availed myself of your service?
No.
No?
That's two down. I can't imagine you looking better than you do now. Word contract.
Very nicely said. But would she look worse? That's what you ended.
Would you like to try the question?
No, sir.
Are you asking that?
No, but you're dealing in a service that gives advice of some kind of instruction now, and we don't have to come in personal contact with you. Is that right? In other words, you would not have to touch me. Yes, you would not.
That is correct.
Yes, you would not have to touch me. Then would you do this on a? Would you possibly do this on television?
Yes.
Then you have a program on television, and you give advice of a kind. Now, would you be, excuse me, would you be a professional lady of some kind?
Yes. Yes.
Could you possibly be, could you possibly be an MD?
An MD?
No.
No.
No. That's three down. Arlene.
Do people watch your program and as a result know whether they should go out or stay home? Do you have anything to do with the weather?
Yes.
Are you the weather girl?
Yes.
A steel trap mind.
But Mrs. Woodruff is indeed the weather girl, Arlene, and you work for TV station WRGB.
That's right.
In Albany,
the
New York.
Capital District, yes.
Yeah. Isn't it a bit unusual for a girl to be a weather girl? I guess but the only kind you can get for a weather girl, though, isn't it?
Generally, the job has been filled by a man, but there's no reason why we can't be bright and do the job, too.
I agree with you 100%, and I'm sure Arlene will, too. But how do you get your information, Louise?
Well, most of it comes by teletype from the Albany Weather Bureau and, of course, from centers Washington, Chicago, all over the country. Some of it by telephone, direct contact for immediate local reports right up to the time we go on the air.
Have you made any real blunders?
Only one that I think was really bad. The meteorologist forecast dry and variable cloudiness for the following day. And it was so great because we'd had so much bad weather, and I kind of leaned on it a little bit, made it a little bigger and said it was really
Sunny,
wonderful to
bright,
see it.
nice.
But wonderful to have an improvement in the weather. And that was the day that a storm hung out in the Atlantic and fooled everybody, and we had 3 inches of snow the next day. I took quite a ribbing on shoveling the sunshine out of the driveway.
That's the problem of being a weather girl or a weatherman. But
yes.
You were a delightful guest, and thank you for joining us on What's My Line. Louise Woodruff.
We'll be back to meet our mystery guest as What's My Line continues.